Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Atlanta Teen Sports Center or All Around Atlanta Sports Podcast, whatever you want to call us. I'm your host, Blake Newsom, along with my co-host, Jordan Ashley.
Hello.
Connor Quinn.
Hello.
And Jay.
Hi.
And today, this is our first episode on the Atlanta United. And so, what are your guys' thoughts on how their season has been so far, Jordan?
Right now I think it's been a really good season. I think we have a bright future, and right now I think we're in playoff position. Thinking of the team that we have right now, beating Team 6 and that important, and I see it bright right now.
Jay, what are your thoughts?
Well, the fact that we're an expansion team and what we're starting off doing now is really phenomenal. I'm checking the stats on what we have done so far, and I think that this team is very good. Like us compared to Minnesota, Minnesota is lacking a lot. They were so focused on getting the stadium, because they got into something with the Vikings about the Vikings not allowing them to play in the stadium, and they were so focused on that. While Atlanta United, we were so focused on getting players, and I could see in his first, what was it, 4 games?
Yeah, we played 4, I believe.
In his first 4 games, we have been so phenomenal. Now, I was disappointed in our first game, but what can I say? We played against the Red Bulls, and that is a very good team.
And we had the lead in almost the 80th minute. And before I get to your thoughts, Connor, I'd just like to say that Atlanta, I heard from 92.9 The Game, so credit to them, that Atlanta is focused more on strikers and offense near the goal, downfield, to make sure their offense is more flashy and more exciting than most teams. So we'd have more 3-1, 5-1 games and just 1-0, 0-0, like you see in the MLS a lot. And what are your thoughts on them, Connor?
Well, I sort of agree with what Jay said with how the start of the expansion team and how Minnesota's been kind of struggling with how they're in on the side up there. I think that Atlanta United, like how Jay said, that they're more focused on getting strikers and all that, like how you said, and scoring a lot, so to keep the fans into it. Because Atlanta, we had the Apollos way back when, but I think Atlanta United is going to be a good team to watch.
And speaking off of that, I don't know if y'all have heard, but Joseph Martinez got March's Player of the Month.
Yeah, and he's injured right now.
That was the point I was about to get to, saying
he was injured with his team Venezuela, and he was reported he's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, but I think he'll be kind of less now. I think he's recovering quickly.
And what are your thoughts on that, Jordan? Do you think this will be a loss to Atlanta?
Well, Martinez is he's a big loss to this team as their main attacker, their main man up front on that 4th position, and they're going to need him going on. And we played pretty well against the defending champions, the Seattle Sounders, without him, but they didn't even look too good themselves. But we could have played better, and with him being gone, we might go into a drought of scoring. But I don't know. It's just how they think and their mental mindset.
And it seems like Greg Garza, our player from Team USA, will have to step up. And Jay, your thoughts?
Well, I agree, but I also want to say this: with Joseph Martinez being gone, even though he didn't score all of the goals. He hasn't scored, he scored most of the goals, and he's the MLS leading scorer, and this is the first season. It gives opportunity to our younger players on Atlanta United, such as Miguel Almiron. What he scored, 2 goals against Minnesota, I think?
Mm-hmm.
No, he scored 1 goal against Minnesota.
So I know somebody had a hat trick that game.
Yeah, against Minnesota, that's right. That was the snowy game up in Minnesota when Minnesota was struggling, and they had their first win. I can't remember who it was against, but they had their first one last weekend.
And how do you think that I know they're playing in Bobby Dodd Stadium for right now. They'll end up moving to Mercedes-Benz either next year or later this season. Do you think the Georgia Tech fan base is a cool fan base for them to see a professional team playing in there? And how do you think that deals with seeing all these college students written on this team?
Well, one thing, the fact that the college students the fact that they're on campus and this is within the school year, it gives them something to go to. It gives them a chance to be around an atmosphere that is very electric, like it is during the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets football season. So the fact, and then now that spring football is coming up, it gets them a preview. The fact that, but that also hurts Atlanta United because Atlanta United is now on a 5-game road trip. So
4-game road trip.
Okay, 4.
And it also makes that with spring football coming up there, they keep having to switch the field back and forth.
Yeah, that was the reason why they had the 4-game road trip is because of the spring football thing for Georgia Tech. You can continue now.
And yeah, so that kind of means that they're not going to get as much time for practice if they ever played out there. I'm sure they have a practice facility, but if they were to, they might not be able to have as good of a practice with them having to work on the field and changing it all the time. So I think that was a good time for them to have a road trip. Your thoughts, Jordan? Oh, sorry, Connor?
I was going to say the Braves have taken a 3-1 lead.
Nice.
Yeah, they had a double. Matt Kemp doubled,
Mm-hmm.
and he's on second. Freeman's on third, and that's 3-1.
Let's go.
Kemp,
And there's 2 outs.
I'm going to say 9.
I guess we got to bring in Vizcaino. Jordan, what are your thoughts on how the college students are rooting them on?
I agree with what Jay said. These fans don't get to experience much of these kind of atmospheres, and the only time they really get excited is when they're playing somebody from the ACC like Florida State or North Carolina or
Clemson or Georgia comes to town.
Georgia. So they don't get to experience this stuff often.
And Georgia Tech hasn't won at home since the Bulldogs have come to town since I believe 1996 or 98. But it's been a while. Hopefully they'll be able to get that win there soon for the fan base.
Yeah,
but
they won their last year up in Athens.
Yes, they've won the last 2 trips up in Athens. But anyway, we're getting off topic here. But how do you think this Atlanta club will be in the next 3 or 4 years if they keep up what we've seen so far and they keep getting these young prospects instead of getting these 34, 35-year-old players coming to the MLS for one last big payday?
Well, I think it's going to start off.
Jay, you go first.
Just like the Sounders did. Hold on. All right, hold on. So as I was saying, I think it's going to start off just like the Sounders did. Basically, the Sounders started off with they start off young players, young team like we did. They started off a few years later. They have a championship. I think we're going to do that. We're going to have a championship at least by 2020, 2021 tops. But I'm not saying too long, but I'm not saying too soon either. Just somewhere in the middle.
If we can develop a star like Clint Dempsey has, we have Greg Garza from Team USA. Doesn't get that many minutes on Team USA. Yes. But if we can develop those 3 players that play international teams, we could turn out to just maybe be even better than Seattle. Your thoughts, Jordan?
Yeah, prospects are big, especially when you're young like this and you're already good. I don't think we really need any older players. I think the team we're going to have them for a while, especially with having Martinez permanently and with him being one of our best attackers. You got Garza, who we can sign. We keep signing, and Assad, another attacker that we can sign. We're young and we're already good. That's a good sign for this team. And as we're going forward, prospects is right now the least of our worries.
And how exciting do you think this is to Arthur Blank about having the Falcons go to the Super Bowl, almost give him a ring, and now having this young Atlanta United squad come into town could give him some excitement for years to come as well. Connor, your thoughts?
Yeah.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. I think that Arthur Blank, I know everyone Atlanta is tired of hearing this, but how they were that close to winning Super Bowl, blowing a 28-3 lead, and the Patriots got to tip off our hats, and they played a good game, and they came back and found a way to win. And I think with Arthur Blank, he was mainly focusing, like I said earlier, on how Bill said earlier, like on strikers and trying to get the ball into the back of the net.
And I want to go. Go off of what Connor was saying about the Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl gave Atlanta fans hope. Like it's gonna be all right. We're gonna have this. And now that we have a new stadium, we have a good team, and we're going into this new stadium. We're not gonna do like the Miami Marlins did, got a brand new stadium, and haven't made the playoffs since they got in. Now, think about it like this. The Falcons didn't do like the Braves are doing right now. The Falcons actually struggled, even though they built their team up. They didn't give away all of their players. Their players left. Now, the Braves, they decided to sign all of their players away. And
I called it the Freddie Freeman rebuild. Freddie and Julio Teheran.
Yeah, I think that this is great. Like how I said in the first video, which was the first video we ever did about the Braves. They currently are winning 3-1 right now with the Mets, and how the prospects and how they traded veteran players like Angels and Simmons to the Angels, and I think that the prospects could potentially be our key to winning a World Series sometime soon.
Yeah, like Dansby Swanson.
Yeah,
My boy.
like young players like that who come into the league and everything.
I mean, this is...
And
Sorry, Jake. Continue.
One thing I've been talking. See, with me and my dad, we're big sports fans.
Same with my family.
And he's a lot older than I am, so he knows this stuff. So we were talking about the Braves, and one thing we noticed ever since 2010, because that's when we started going to games at least 3 times a season. One thing we noticed is that the Braves are somewhat a farm system team, such as how the Braves get these players and they're good on this team, and then we trade them off and they go sign to other teams and they end up playing better on those teams.
That's true. Or we get a superstar that comes to us and starts not putting it in the effort or not playing as well as he should be expected to, like B.J. Upton, Johnny Gomes. Not really performed as well.
He was a good defensive player. A good substitute for an outfielder.
And what are your thoughts on that?
That was a... Go, Blake.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? Keep going.
Connor, go.
Oh, you can go ahead, Jordan. I don't know how to say.
Alright, anyway, like I was saying, the Braves, has been their one problem, not being able to bring in that one player, that one person who can glue the team together and get them together and bring them in all in one to win a championship. That's something that all Atlanta sports teams are missing. The Hawks, the Falcons, the Braves. That's one thing we're missing. And I mean, I can't really say it for Atlanta United because we're only played 4 games, but one thing we have been missing is that one superstar. I mean, look at the Hawks brought in Dwight Howard, Braves brought in Matt Kemp, we got Freddie Freeman,
Brandon Phillips,
Brandon Phillips, yeah.
NCRT.
And what do you guys think on?
We got those players.
And what do you guys think on how the Braves passed up an opportunity to get their best catcher back, Brian McCann, went to the Astros, was it?
Yes.
The Astros.
Well, the Braves took interest into him, but they never really were able to pull the trigger with the deal.
And there was some talk that they're trying to bring
and then you
back
got
some
Kurt
people that
Suzuki.
never came through.
And then we also got Anthony Recker, I believe, he's our young catcher who we're gonna keep with us for a few years to come. Yeah, can't forget about him either.
Dude, Anthony Recker, he's not. I don't think he's ready for the majors yet. Him Kurt Suzuki, the reason why he's been playing is because he's older. He has experience. Him and Tyler, that is a great combination. But you got to think, Anthony, he's behind the flanks. He's nervous, and whenever he gets back there, he gets scared. I don't know. It's just something about Anthony I just don't see ready for him in the majors.
Well, he is our future catcher. We kept him up there so he'd be ready for whenever. But for right now, I believe Tyler Flowers and Kurt Suzuki will be our catchers, but Anthony Recker will be there in the future. But anyway, getting back to Atlanta United, who do you think will be our top 2 star players to lead this team to a championship in the years to come? Connor?
I believe Joseph Martinez and Miguel Alderaan. I think those two will be the top scorers. Of course, Joseph Martinez had that hat trick up in Minnesota. Alderaan had 2 goals that day, and I think that those two and Greg Garza, he's not too far behind, and Michael Parker. I think those will be the 4 players to watch.
Jay.
I agree with Connor. Yeah, definitely Almiron and Joseph Martinez. That's what I'm seeing so far. Now, when I see more players such as Garza and Kingman Jones, when I see them do more stuff, then that's when my mind might change. But as of now, I see Almiron and Martinez.
Jordan, do you have any other different players?
You got Joseph Martinez up there. He's definitely gonna lead the squad with all the talent that he has. But then you gotta think we got. I think Yamel Assad is gonna be one of our leaders with all the goals he can score. His abilities to get downfield and get up, and him, Garza, and Miguel. I don't know, that's someone you want to watch out for in the future. He's young, he's fast, he has talent to defend, and he has talent also to score. And he can get the ball in open space whenever you need him to open up the wide open lanes.
One thing about Greg Garza to point out, it's nothing too major, but he has had a bit of an injury problem for the last few months. It's not a major injury, but it's just he's not 100%. I'd say he's probably 85, 90%. Still producing, but I think he'd be able to come right out of his shell and be a star player for this team in a year when he gets rid of those little injury that he has going on right now. Any other thoughts to pull up, guys?
Braves update. Dave Bruce hit a single.
Yeah.
Ground ball to Nick Marquez.
Yeah. And we're so close to winning the game, though. There's 1 out away from winning because there's 2 out.
This is the one thing about the Braves, and it's like they sort of give up near the end. And I want to move on to the Braves now. I want to think about something. Y'all were talking about players being traded and stuff.
Just real quick, because we got to get back to Atlanta United. So just say it real quick.
The Braves and Kelly Johnson, what is with that?
I know he got traded away twice to the Mets in 2 years, and we let him go about 3 years before that, so I agree.
That gets me. All right.
Just 1 strike away from winning here. Almost over, looks like, possibly.
All right, come on, Atlanta. Rise up, chop on, and ATL, and go. Let's go Hawks.
And I want to get y'all's opinion. Do y'all think that they should have gotten a new stadium?
The Braves, no.
Well, I like how they got a new stadium, but I kind of miss vibe of Atlanta. Because I haven't gone to a game yet, Central Park yet.
I have. I was at the first ever game.
Yeah.
I'm right around the corner from it.
I think Atlanta, because it's kind of hard to see, because we're called Atlanta, and they're playing in Cobb County, so it's kind of like Cobb County Braves, except they call Atlanta. But I think if they could have had that same in Atlanta, then I think it would be a big deal. Everyone would go even more and just chop on and everything.
I think it was ridiculous.
The Braves won. The Braves won. 3-1.
Ball game.
3-1.
Yeah. But anyway, the Braves go on and win their first game of 2017. I never got this from Jay. I know this is Atlanta United podcast. But Jay, how do you think the Braves will turn out to be at the end of the year? A 500 team, over 500. What do you think they'll end up being?
Repeat that.
What do you think what kind of record do you think the Braves will have at the end of 2017 going into October? Do you think they'll be a 500 team, wild card team, a team that has 50 wins? What do you think?
Well, I want to say this. I'm going to start from last season because after we got rid of Freddie Gonzalez and got Brian Snitker, that's when things started turning out better. And then after we made some trades, the Braves were one of the best teams in the second half of the season. So I'm sitting here thinking the Braves are going to have a good season. The fact that they have Brian Snitker for the whole season and these trades. Now, this is a prediction that said the Braves are going to be 22nd out of the 30 teams, and they were going to have a 60 and 90 record or something like that. But I think they're going to do pretty good. They're going to do much better. I'm hoping wild card.
And so, any other thoughts to pull up about Atlanta United? Anybody?
I think that's it. I think we pretty much covered it all. And our next game is on Saturday against Toronto FC.
What prediction do you think they'll be by the end of May or June? What place do you think they'll end up being by the
I think they'll be second or third in the East.
I think we'll be pushing the top 3, top 5. I'm hoping top 3. I think we'll.
Yeah, two or three, I think.
Especially since we don't continuously have games continuously, and once we get Joseph Martinez back in, get him rolling back in, and get the team scoring again, we'll be much fine.
So, guys, get your chopping irons in motion because I'm about to put on the Tomahawk Chop. I know this is Atlanta United podcast, but get your guys' chopping arms in motion. We're going off mic for just a second so I can play the sound effects, so don't go away.